Welcome back to my channel, Janie's Budgets. Happy 2026, you guys. I am so excited about this new year. Today we're going to do a debt confession / payoff plan / changes and updates that I'm going to make going forward for the new year, financially, with the channel, and just in general in life. So let's get started. So I was able to get a new planner for 2026. I got the same one as last time, just different color. I'm really happy with this one, so I got it again. It's The Finest Journey by Simple Budget Plans. I was a little nervous because her shop was closed, but she reopened just in time. So I set it up already and have everything going. I'm not going to show you everything, but just to be clear, if there's any confusion, I'm not going to say my income per se, nor all my bills and expenses, just for privacy, just for right now. Maybe in the future that'll change, but that's what I feel comfortable with. I'm going to be focusing primarily on debt confessions, cash stuffings, condensing, and savings challenges. So that is what this channel is for. So if you want to go along with this journey, you are more than welcome. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I am really excited. So just a little bit about me. I'm 26 years old. I live at home with family. I do not pay rent, so I'm able to save more and pay off debt. I started my financial journey last year, and I am still learning and growing every single day. It has not been perfect. I do enjoy spending money and saving money, but you know, I like my Amazon spending, I like my food, and I love to travel, so that is what has me a little tied up when it comes to finance, but we are trying to fix all that. So, let's see, the biggest update is, if you guys were here with me last year, I had this job that was it was good in the beginning, and then it got a little toxic towards the end, but I have quit that job, and I actually start a new job tomorrow. Yay! So this is my last day of freedom, if you will, before my new job. I start tomorrow. I'm excited, a little nervous, but mostly excited. It pays more, so we will see. Yeah, it's just a stepping stone because I need a job, I need to make money, but I'm excited for what I can learn and grow through this new job. My plan long term is to go back to school, so I will be making plans to apply to school this year, to begin working on my career and the next steps. So I'm very excited about that. However, in order for me to do that, I have to figure out my finances once again. So if you guys were with me last year, you would know that I did make some progress. I was able to pay off my personal loan, which I will attach all the images in this video. I was able to pay off my personal loan, 0, completely paid off. And I was able to pay off 2 credit cards, 0, completely paid off. Those 2 credit cards are still active, and I will hopefully be paying them down every single month. So let's hope for that. Let's hope they don't increase in balances. So we did make progress in that area, and I was able to save some money. If you guys are aware, I'm doing this 10K savings challenge, and we were able to save actually quite a lot. I think it was like 1,500 something. So pretty good. Hopefully we will complete it this year, but we will see. I have a lot of goals this year, so whatever I end up with in the end of the year, it will be amazing for me. So yeah, we were able to make some progress, not the most progress I would like, but I am proud of myself for continuing the cash stuffing method. I do think it helped a lot and made a major change in my life. Oh, and just for transparency, I put makeup on my hands because my last job, if you guys know, I worked as an RBT. I worked with children who have autism, who exhibit certain behaviors such as scratching and biting, and so my hands have a lot of scars on it. Tried to put makeup and covered it up. Let me know if that worked. But I kind of like it. And I'm going to be doing a similar job in my new job, but just a little different title, more in a leadership role, so I'm excited about that. Anyway, let's get back to my finances. So yeah, I spoke about this new job that's going to pay me a little bit more, so hopefully I can save and pay off debt. And again, I have a lot of goals for 2026, so we'll see what happens. I do want to travel again. I only went to Vermont to visit a friend last year, but I would like to travel. So basically, I want to build an emergency fund and actually keep it, because I was able to save $1,000 last year but wasn't able to keep it. So hopefully build an emergency fund to $2,000, but if it's just $1,000, that's okay. Again, I'm flexible about how my goals go towards the end of the year, because I have a lot of goals and I'm excited, but I'm also determined. I don't know, I'm feeling really good coming into 2026. So yeah, build an emergency fund, pay off my debt. I want to pay off all my credit cards in full, completely, have zero credit card debt. And I also want to pay off my car loan completely in zero and have zero car loan. So the only thing I want to have left with is student loans, which I'm not in a rush to pay off, to be honest. And then I want to be able to save for my sinking fund, so we can actually skip. So these are some of my sinking fund goals. So like I said, I want to build my emergency fund up to $2,000 by the end of this year. Again, if it's $1,000, it's okay. That's why we have the actual amount here. My investments. So oh yeah, just to touch on that, last year I did, I believe, $50 every month. Or was it $50 every paycheck? And it's gonna be, hold on one second, let me double check. I got it. So I'm gonna increase my investment contribution to my Roth IRA for it to be $200 a month starting next month, just because this month in January, since I'm starting a new job, I'm not sure exactly how the pay period's gonna fall and how I'm gonna get paid just yet. So that's why, if you saw my last video, I emptied out all of my envelopes just to make sure I have money in the bank, because I don't know how that's gonna fall just yet. So I'll just start that in February. But starting February, I'm gonna try and put $200 a month towards my Roth IRA. With that being said, I do have an investment envelope, and I'll just have $100 by the end of the year just to put some extra in it. So yeah, next up is my car registration and inspection. I just did my car inspection, so my registration inspection is going to be due in 2027, so I just want to have $200 by the end of the year, which should be good. Christmas. So I was able to save $500 for Christmas last year, which I've never done before, which felt really nice to have. It was just nice. It was amazing. So I want to up the ante and do $1,000 for Christmas. And this is just strictly for gifts for other people. This does not include myself in it. So yeah. So this is exciting. I want to be able to do that November 18th. So we'll see how that goes. Holidays, I'll have like $100. Last year it was Halloween, and I got a Halloween costume, but I realized I didn't really like allocate that somewhere or take it out of anything, because I have a holidays envelope but I didn't have anything in it. So I just realized I should probably have something built in there. Yearly subscriptions. So most of my yearly subscriptions are coming out at the end of the year. These are like the annual ones, like Amazon Prime and stuff like that. So that's coming out, yeah, the end of the year. That's why I put October 1st for the date, because it's going to be October, November, and December, and January, I believe. So I want to have 365. Again, that should be good. Travel. This is the big one. I do want to do a lot of traveling this year, because again, I only went on one trip last year, and traveling is very important to me. I love it. It's one of my passions. So It really took a lot of restraint to go nowhere except to go and visit my friend, which I had an amazing time. So I do want to build my travel envelope. This, I think, is an envelope that's going to be in constant rotation because I'm going to take some money out to use for some smaller trips that I want to go on. And then, you know, some bigger trips. The big trip I want to do is my birthday trip. My birthday's in November. I would love to go on a solo trip. So that's where the $3,000 amount is coming from. And I want to have that by August 31st. Ooh, fingers crossed. Hopefully, again, with this new job, this new pay raise, I'm able to be a little more flexible, especially since I live at home and I'm very, very blessed to not have to pay rent. I do contribute. I give my mother some money for the bills, and I do take on the water bill, which I think if you were following me last year, I do have a water bill envelope, and that's what I cover. I also cover like my own personal expenses, like my car, my phone, clothes, all that stuff. But again, it's much better than having a giant rent payment to worry about alongside everything else. So yeah. I also now have to pay my own health insurance since I am now 26, which is another payment added on to me. Woo! Cheers to being an adult. So I'm very lucky and blessed that I was graced with this new job opportunity, because hopefully it will give me a little bit more flexibility when it comes to reaching my goals. So for taxes, I want to have $200 by April 1st, which means I'm probably going to start that as soon as I can, cash stuff whenever I get paid. For taxes, you know, tax season is coming up. I usually always have to pay something just because I'm single, no dependent. So I want to make sure I have something. It might not even be this amount, but we'll see. And then new technology, $2,000 by December 16th. So I had this envelope last year, but I decided to put it on the back burner. This is honestly just a personal gift to myself. I would like to get an iPad, especially since like I said, I want to go back to school. So I think it would be very helpful for me once I start going to school. And I do want to get some new headphones because I listen to music every single day and I go to the gym. So fitness is also very important to me. So yeah, I just think it would be a nice treat. So we will see. These are a lot of sinking fun goals that I want to reach. So we will see, but I'm hoping they can come true. So I mentioned my investments that I want to increase to $200 a month. I also want to add, what did I say? I think it was $100 a month now to my high yield savings account contribution. That's where my emergency fund is going to go once I finish building that up. But I think throwing some money in that account will also just help kind of build it automatically. And then, so yeah, I do have a couple of like bills. I don't mention those. Bills and expenses, I don't mention those, but like health insurance I now have to pay and stuff like that. But again, nothing major like rent. So I'm very fortunate for right now. So my current total as of January for quarter one is $37,261.92, which is not bad compared to where we started last year. So I have my Capital One Venture 1 card with an interest rate of 0% until May 19th, 2026, and then it will be $28.49. So I think I really need to pay this down before interest comes because I'm in a very lucky position. The balance is $3,012.02, and the minimum monthly payment is $20. So I'm just gonna cash stuff my credit card envelope like no tomorrow and take out large sums amounts, maybe like 500 or 1,000 at a time, and pay this off. And then of course keep my minimum monthly payment. For the car loan is a big one. I got this in March of 2023, so it's about to be 4 years, I think. The interest rate is 6.99%, and the current balance is $12,638.41. The starting was $28,727.73. So we made a lot of progress. I want this paid off this year, and I really, really think I can do it. So the minimum monthly payment is $570.34. Last year I increased the minimum monthly payment, but this year I'm just going to keep it exactly like this. and do the same for my credit card and put extra in my car envelope in my debt binder that I have right here. I'll show you guys in a second, and just again take chunks out like 500, 1,000 and add to that. I think that's how I want to do it, and I'm very excited about it. Last up is my student loans. They range from 2.5 to 5%. The minimum monthly balance is $261.80. I'm in no rush to pay this off, especially since I'm going to go back to school. They have the longest credit history for me, so I don't know. I'm in no rush to pay that off. It might seem kind of backwards, but that's just where I think I want to prioritize for right now. So hopefully you guys can see, but I mentioned the new job that I'm starting tomorrow. I've decided to stop mini Mondays completely. One, because I think I use up a lot of time, and I just want to focus on Wealthy Wednesdays to focus on my debt. So yeah, mini Mondays were fun, but they're quite a lot like to film. So I think I'm just going to focus on cash envelope stuffing, debt confession, and Wealthy Wednesdays. And that's mostly it. And I also really want to put in as much money as I can in my 10K Smash box. So that is why I've decided to nix mini Mondays. So yeah, that is my plan so far for Q1, which is January, February, March, for my debt and all the changes and updates. We'll come back in Q2 and see how we're doing, and see if I want to make any changes to that. But I'm really excited. So let me show you the envelopes. So this is my debt binder for those who are new. It's one of my favorites. It's really pretty. So I have my credit card envelope here. It's been used clearly. So I want to do each icon being $36, and I want to save $1,008. And then take that out and, you know, make a deposit, and then we can just start over and do that again, or for now at least. And then I have my car debt envelope, which is brand spanking new. Never used it because we were focusing on that last year. I just want this paid off, so I'm gonna put as much as I can, and then once it gets like super stuff, just take it out. And then my student loans is in the back. I'm not focusing on that at all. I'm not gonna stuff that at all. But this is just where I am. It's completely empty for right now. So once I figure out how I'm getting paid from this new job, I'll do my first cash stuffing, and we'll add it to my debt binder, which is really exciting. So I think that is everything for right now. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new, welcome to Janie's Budgets. Happy New Year, and I really hope you stay a while. And yeah, have a happy 2026. Bye.